What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back to Thaumaturge. Alright, so let's start out with... so we can do diversion, or we can just beat him up. Ooh. Reduced focus removes all negative status effects from you. Bloody Penance or Eerie Intoxication inflicts damage, restores your health points by 0, which is half of what you've lost. A little bit of recap from last episode. Oh, so there's a 25% chance of killing him? Okay, so he's going to die either way. But this other move, I'll have the possibility of getting some health back. I think our other combat style of just stealing the focus worked out a lot better for us. Finish him off. And now it's on to you. Alright, so let's do... Bloody Penance. And give us a concussion.
The devil sent you.
You could say that, sure.
The village residents, if thinking interferes with action, so much worse for thinking. The locals are impetuous, irritable, and eager to pick a fight, even for the most trivial reason. Something is not right here.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please leave. Please, please.
Alright, so we need to find a way to get her to open up to us. Maybe break into the back rooms?
Am I sensing?
Someone or something strangled the goose. From the goose's twisted neck, from the anger and the passion of the person who slaughtered the poor bird, the wave of emotion carries no desire for the meat or feathers, only for the sour taste of envy and the desire for all of Bogdan's property to go to hell. Wise woman?
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much, and he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away. You're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers, a witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too?
Because you strangled mine. Now what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
Conflicted neighbors. A dead goose lies between the quarreling peasants. That obviously bone of contention here. The wise woman is to settle the dispute. She better do it quickly, and it will come to fisticuffs in a moment. Seems that the neighbors quarreled over a goose strangled in an act of revenge, a classic of the genre. Take Antoli's side, support the wise woman's verdict. They can totally calm down. Seems like the best option, but how are we going to do that?
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of a wise woman?
Well, all in all, I'm sorry, Bogdan.
Come inside and tell me what you're doing here.
Well, that was easy. Alright. So we have the wise woman's house we can go into. Dude. Diary of an Oblate Priest. They say that every nation has its demons. Its phantoms, ghosts, and nightmares were created to make naughty children behave. I have gone halfway around the world preaching the word of God, and I learned the truth. These demons, fiends, and devils cursed by the gods are real. And they're everywhere in the distance. Cimmeria. People whispered the name Bukavac, a cruel beast whose presence brings wrath and commands people to inflict violence on their neighbors. A fairy tale, you say? But I have seen Bukavac here in Pyadorsk. I heard the rattle of his chains and felt his fangs digging into my neck and tugging at every fiber of my soul. And I felt the fury that's with the wrath bringing with it, the anger from which there is no escape. The taste of blood in my mouth, there's no prayer that we can escape. May the holy walls of the Oblate Church stop this beast, blessed Virgin, keep me safe. So, my dear son, my heart is crying. Have I harmed you so that you write about me like this? That you renounce your legacy, your land, your blood? I never said a word to you when you refused to farm with us, nor when you went to Tiflis to study. Now you're calling us stupid. Backwards. Repeat after that rector of yours. Kozidiki? That Georgian is the language of dogs, and you want to write to me only in Russian? Child, Georgia flows in your blood. She is the salt in your tears and the glue in your bones. You will not renounce her? You can't.
What do we have here? The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
Something continues to elude you. Oh. Okay, so there's two of them. Accuse her of taking advantage of the superstitious villagers.
A lot of people benefit from your wisdom. They're superstitious and timid, as far as I've been able to figure out. Easy to control, right?
Pot calling kettle. That, my boy, that you can ask that charlatan with fancy dress and beard. Who takes advantage of who here? Bah! The people here are believers, of course. But the spirit in the village is real too.
So she means Rasputin? Ask if she means the salutor.
Is this spirit you're talking about, not a person?
I heard it howling. That's nothing human. One evil spirit here persecutes people, and you can hear it now and then, sometimes. Tragedies attract it, and impure thoughts. We here call it a Bukavac.
But other places probably call it other things.
An evil spirit's an evil spirit. It torments people and turns their weaknesses against them.
And what if I told you I could get rid of it?
I'd say I'll believe it when I see it. And I'd ask, how else can I help you?
I'm going to go with, well, you can't help us at all.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Alright, so it appears that there's a lot of clues that we missed.
What do we have here?
Looks like we had nothing here. Can't go inside that room. Alright, fine. Ooh. Salt on the doorstep. The salt on the doorstep protects from unwanted visitors and other misfortunes. Peaceful and happy village? Not quite. The villagers are riled up and on the point of breaking, laying the blame for the troubles on the actions of the Bukavac. They're trying to defend themselves against this dark force. Folk methods? It still doesn't necessarily tell us I get inside of this person's house. I'm assuming this is where we go. They won't answer. Unless maybe now they'll answer that the conflict behind their house is solved? Open up!
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please leave. Please. Please.
Alright, so the wise woman must be connected to Vanessa somehow. Red here like they're supposed to. Oh, there we go. A damaged axe shaft. The trace that bears does not belong to Vanessa. The shaft is overgrown with the thorns of the bitter words, but there are other warm delicates as rose petals. They betray a love for someone who's not afraid of thorns, a love that is difficult but not accepting of violence. Oh. Okay, so it's to a Luca person. So, with that, eventually we gotta find a way to bribe ourselves inside this house. First, we'll collect the clue. Hand carved and elaborate painted wooden box. Dimension force too low. Place unknown. Alright, so we had another clue behind the house here. Broken shards of a blue ceramic dish. The broken ceramic trembles with anger and frustration. The quarrel erupted suddenly, spewing out a bile of mutual complaints, grievances, its sweet and pungent taste, stupefied, compelled screaming, fingers pointing and hunching. The frenzy lasted until involved were out of breath. Vanessa. In the house lives a married couple who do not mince their words. They argue violently and loudly until they are out of breath, but they persist together despite everything. Oh.
Now I know that woman's trace. Vesna and her husband both left traces of themselves at the Vasilis' burned-out farmstead. Luca sincerely loves his wife. You think he loves her strongly enough to kill for her? You're right. It'd be better to ask Vesna about that.
Oh, now we can go inside. The shaft of the axe bears a distinct trace of Luca. It's identical to the one out the door frame of the burned homestead. Ooh.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
Please open the door. I'd like to have a chat about your husband.
He'd better not be here when he gets back. He's not as talkative or polite as I am.
It is clear that this is not the first time Vanessa has threatened someone with her husband. Luca must not have been the best reputation in the village. Doesn't see Luca as a sullen curl and recluse. However, he seems to have a soft spot. So Luca was Vasil's house on the night of the murder and the fire took place.
I know you're scared, but please just open the door a crack and let me ask one quick question.
What do you want?
Calm her down and make her feel safe. Try to convince Vanessa to let you in. Give her the little doll you found.
I think I've got something of yours. I found it by your father's burned-out farmhouse. You've imprinted your fear onto it. I know because I'm a Thaumaturge. I want to help.
What do you want to know?
Where can I find your husband?
In the clearing, by the forest. He's chopping wood with the others.
Thank you.
Get that thing out of here.
I'm guessing she doesn't want her doll back? Do we have access to the forest?
Again. This time, it's a matter of life and death.
How is your search going?
Almost finished. I know who's attracting the Bukavac.
Can you reveal that secret?
It's Luca. It has to be Luca.
Do you still want to catch that salutor?
Yes, absolutely.
Despite the risk?
I hope I can persuade you to come with me.
That's an enormous favor you're asking me. I hope you'll be able to return it.
I give my word.
Did you hear? We're going to see Luca Bogosian.
Alright, so all we gotta do is confront Luca.
I'm not here to fight.
Luca!
You shouldn't have threatened my wife.
Why did you do this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one who brought the salutor here. The spirit that you all say arrived in the village after Vasily's death. The salutor is what's making fear consume you all and making you hot-headed. And it's because of your flaw, which has been within you since the murder took place.
A murder might just be about to take place.
Cut off his head.
What?
Tear off his head before he opens his mouth again!
Unless you're the one that killed him.
And I'd do it again if I could. Get out of here!
Here you are, Bukavac. Vesna's flaw is mine, and you're mine.
Difficulty level. Combat is easiest mode is for the wishing to focus on the story. Combat is challenging while allowing for a lot of freedom. The combat is challenging to win and you must plan your actions carefully. A little balance. Ooh, what? To defeat wild salutors, you must get rid of the shadow that protects them. Vanquishing the shadows will weaken him, but the weaker he is, the more fiercely he will fight back. The bard tells you to wild suitor and sends more enemies against you. Alright, so hold on. So we can improve our self. Upgrading this enables perception in the dimension. Let's see here. Is it already upgradable? Yeah. 50% chance of dealing double. Ooh, yeah. Restores your focus. Kinda useful. Upgrade, add dimensional D. So that's kind of helpful to upgrade. Adds a point to dimensional bird. And lose focus instead of taking damage. 4 to 1. That's pretty good. Increase the damage from Salutor's dicks up. Yep. 6% of slowing an enemy's actions or perfection makes every attack on the enemy deal maximum. Oh, of course. Alright, so we used up all of our. Ooh, what? Each skill can be upgraded. Place the upgrade in the designated spot in skill icon. Each upgrade takes some space. Choose wisely. I don't think I can actually do anything yet. Oh, hold on. Double damage. So if we do like our quick attack, can we just drop it onto you? Alright, now I see it. Makes every attack on the enemy deal maximum possible damage. So that would be you. Increase the damage from Salutor's next attack by 50%, just in case they survive. Increase focus additional 1%, so that would be down here. Never actually dropped it on you. Perfect. Boss fight time. Alright, so we'll do diversion and stab him in the back. This enemy is not in the breakdown. Oh. So we can lower the focus again, or we can just punch him. Looks like if we punch him, we do a ton of damage. Bukavac has caused you to enter the suffering state. The state can be a benign or potential deadly effect. Read their descriptions carefully and don't get caught off guard. Alright, so if we lower the focus again. Oh, interesting, we still can't do it. Alright, so we do a planned attack. As long as we land it, he's going to die. You know what? Just in case, we'll get some extra health. Alright, so now we go against two of them. We can choose which one we want to attack. So this one's got 23 health versus the 20 health one, so we'll kill you a little bit quicker, technically. We swap over to you. Now, stealing their focus does not seem to matter in this sort of fight, so I think we just have to stick with our planned attacks, which are slower. Our quick attacks don't do that much damage, but if we do a planned attack and then a quick attack, it'll sort of stack together. We can also do a bloody penance to just wipe her out in one hit. And then there is you. Wait, she's not dead? Alright, there we go. Let's see, so we do need to figure out a way to get rid of the negative effects here. So if we just quick attack, it removes all negative status effects because we're hurting ourselves in this little curse that he's got going on. So we could do a concussion, wipe him out.
Crazy again, you blind fool.
A little faith, Thaumaturge. Focus on what's true. My voice is true. I am the truth, you see. Look.
You defeated Bukavac, the D-Dimension Salutor, but you cannot tame him on your own. Rasputin comes to your help. The untamed Salutor won't obey your orders, stops you from developing, and weakens your perception. Fortunately, Rasputin soothed his anger. You achieve the unachievable.
Unbelievable.
How do you feel? Are you all right?
Well, I don't think I'm hallucinating, but that means I'm currently facing a crowd of furious lumberjacks with axes, so I'd say I've been better.
What? What? I'm telling the truth. I do it again. None of you understand anything. It's because of this magician. It's his fault.
The magician didn't kill Vasily. He didn't bring the evil here. You're a witch! To the stake with her! To the stake!
And you, why are you just standing there? Are you just letting them do this? Fine, I'll handle it myself. I did it before, and I can do it now.
What have you done? Go. You don't need to see this.
Prevent Luca from making a rash decision. Remind Luca of the proof that he loves Vanessa. Force Vanessa to flee.
Nothing has to be decided at the moment. Certainly not things that can't be undone.
Well, exactly. Beat it, you scoundrels. There's enough blood in this village already.
Sharing a village with murderers?
You were the first to spill blood. It's not the same. If that's the case, you're banished from the village. Get out of here! We'll burn away the impurity you left in our village. Phew.
Alright, so we need to send a telegram at the railway station.
I wanted to send 2 telegrams, one to Warsaw and one to Paris.
Mr. Shulsky, I was meant to send for you when the driver came to get the mail. My condolences about your father. Do you still want to send something?
Did you come to say goodbye to me?
More like to share my fear. Your condition yesterday, after the fight with that Bukavac, it troubled me. I don't think my treatments are having a long-lasting effect. And you don't look the best. Do you feel all right?
I guess we'll tell him the truth.
I've just heard that my father is dead.
My condolences.
After your treatment, when I was hallucinating, I saw him. I heard his voice for the first time in years. I'm sure it was him. A strange feeling.
Maybe he came to say goodbye. Maybe it was his last chance to speak to you. A prophecy.
I hope not.
What do you intend to do now?
Well, we did have plans to go to Warsaw. Maybe we've had a change of mind and go to Paris instead?
Just a moment ago, I was thinking about Vienna or Budapest and going on from there to Paris, but now I've got to get to Warsaw first. What about you?
Thanks to you. I don't think I have anything else to do here. I had a little time to think about what I saw in your mind. Tell me, Victor, have you ever seen a human skull cracked open on the cobblestones?
Is he threatening us?
Your question sounded like a threat.
Because it is, for all of us. I have the skull of Franz Ferdinand himself, with his brain spilling out onto the sidewalk. I also saw the white steps in Odessa running with blood. A battlefield blanketed in lethal fog, with faceless beings emerging from it. This hasn't happened yet, but I saw it as clearly as I see you now. Thanks to you, I know that I can stop it. I know that I am part of history, and I can change it. Even at the cost of scorn, contempt, or my life. You promised me a favor, so Warsaw sounds perfect. Warszawa! Warsaw! Warsaw! Last stop, Warsaw. Time to wake up. It's clouding over.
The weather is like my mood.
Aside from the circumstances of the funeral bringing you back, you hadn't thought of ever returning here?
Not under circumstances like this. Read what the papers say about Warsaw and tell them what you think about Warsaw.
I definitely didn't expect I'd be coming to my father's funeral so early.
I've noticed you two had certain differences in your views on life.
Yes, especially on my life. But admittedly, that's not a very exciting discovery. Is that all you've learned about me on our journey?
You drool in your sleep. Anything in there about Warsaw?
Summarize the headlines only or give them a brief overview of the news.
Workers are striking. They want to take advantage of the Tsar's visit to Warsaw. The protests are being violently suppressed. Last week, around a dozen people were killed. Polish Socialist Party militants attacked a train. They stole money, bonds, and explosive materials. They're also suspected of robbing a transport of Dutch pomade. The socialists in Warsaw must look pretty sharp then. Further along, we've got murders, muggings, and poverty.
The newspapers feed on sensation. Remember that in darkness, even a small spark can be seen clearly. Even I can feel hope from all the people riding with us. Can't you?
We've sensed passengers on your journey.
Even without my powers, I can tell that hope is bringing people here from all three partitions. Miners, steelworkers, governors, maids, speculators, thieves. I've forgotten to read a few of our fellow passengers' possessions, and I know that hope can have many faces.
Will you share that knowledge with me?
Sure.
There's a terrified woman riding with us. She's either running away or in hiding. I think that gentleman is smuggling something, because excitement is all mixed up with guilt inside him. And this dandy, he's going whoring.
If there's something I've learned in life, Victor, it's never to neglect the horse. Warsaw, end of the line. Welcome to Warszawa.
I think the time's come to ask where you plan to stay.
I'll let you know when I come up with something.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. If you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.